Hello everyone, my name is Drew Seewald and I believe in the Talent Gateway. In my time here at the university, I've heard many people asking about what is the Talent Gateway. And usually the answer I hear is it's doing challenges. But that's not really all the Talent Gateway is. And that's really what I want to talk to you guys about tonight, is everything beyond those challenges that the Talent Gateway is. So the exciting part about the Talent Gateway is that it's such a new and exciting program because it's still growing and maturing. So this gives us a lot of freedom as participants to get out of it whatever we want. It isn't some certification from some ages-old organization that hasn't changed their way of thinking in thousands of years and that you need hundreds of exams to pass to get it. It's a designation for the here and now. So how does this work? This wonderful designation for the here and now. The answer is really however you want it to work. As long as you put in the time and effort to improve yourself, you'll learn from it. The challenges force you to reflect on yourself, your schooling, your professional life, and your relationships with others. They ask you to try new things, like sitting in a different place in your class, or paying closer attention to what comes up on your social media feeds. Afterwards, you think critically about what you did for the challenge. The best part of each and every challenge is the last question that they ask at the end. How can you use what you learned from this challenge to help you in your personal, academic, and professional goals? This right here is the Talent Gateway special sauce. This is where the magic happens. This is where you have to make the decision to either just go through and do challenges or take what you learn from them and apply it to your life. So let me take you through one of my favorite challenges, which was to read an article from the New York Times written by Adam Grant. The name of the article is Why I Taught Myself to Procrastinate. And I know what you guys are thinking, yes, validation. 22 years, I've been waiting for someone to tell me that it is okay to wait until right before the deadline to do my work. And coincidentally, that's how I put this presentation together. Grant talks about how he has the opposite of procrastination, precrastination. So instead of waiting until the deadline comes up to start working, he starts working the second he gets something. And his precrastination is so bad, in fact, that he recounts in the article a time when he started working on a project right when he got it, and he ended up missing a party that was happening in his dorm room while he was working. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that's not something I can do. I can't relate to that story. So many times I've chosen not to complete a task early and had to throw something half-baked together at the last moment in order to turn it in. My friends have told me countless times that they can't come to the party because they have a paper due at midnight or a lab report due. So let's circle back to that question that nearly every challenge asks. How can you use what you learned from this challenge to help you in your personal, academic, and career goals? I love procrastination. It's always been there for me. For most of us, it's the most reliable companion that we have, but it's also a monster that can keep us from having fun or getting good grades. But we can't just get rid of procrastination altogether, as our New York Times article reminds us. Grant missed a party even though he was sitting in the same room that it was happening in. So this is where we have to think. Obviously, waiting until the last moment isn't the best way to go through college, despite how hard some of us try. But we also can't do everything the second we get it. I don't know about you, but if I did this semester project in the first month of the class, I wouldn't remember anything for the cumulative final. So we must find a happy medium. But that isn't the end of the question. We take it one step farther with the Talent Gateway, and that's what sets us apart. We don't just ask ourselves, where will this challenge help us in college? How will this help me get better grades? We ask ourselves, how will it help us in our personal relationships? It forces you to consider your interactions with others. Maybe you shouldn't immediately say no to going to Applebee's with me later tonight. Maybe you're putting off telling your best friend that you can't go see the Grinch movie this weekend. We work on our personal selves in the Gateway in addition to our academic selves. But even that isn't the end. We don't stop there. We keep going. We take our reflection and we bring it into our personal lives, our professional lives, sorry. My supervisor is a busy person, and I don't know from day to day whether she'll be in the same state or even country as me. So I can't wait until the last minute to ask for her approval on my new idea. Some of my coworkers are a lot busier than I am at work, and I can't just go to them the second I get something and I need them to test it, because they just won't be free. I have to find a balance between these two approaches. This is how the Gateway is one of the greatest programs at the university. It takes something so mundane and ordinary, like the idea of procrastination, and it makes you stop and think about it. How is this hurting me? How can this change? How can I take this information and better myself? Like the saying goes, you reap what you sow. All of us presenting here tonight have put in the effort and taken what we have learned and applied it to our lives. It is such a simple thing to do, yet so powerful because we rarely take the time to do it. Thank you.